All right, welcome back. So in today's video, I want to talk about this MAXX-SLASH. Is this thing real? Are the spy photos correct? Is this RC coming anytime soon? We've been seeing this float throughout YouTube right now, people talking about it. Some people saying, yes, it's real. Some people saying that it could be photoshopped or a copy, or it could be something else. So I wanted to get into it, and I wanted to find out the truth. How did these photos get on the internet? Where did they come from? Why was this RC listed for sale and then immediately taken back down? So first thing you need to do, call Traxxas. That's exactly what I did. Picked up the phone, called Traxxas, asked to speak to somebody on this RC, on this MAXX-SLASH. Wanted to confirm, is this thing real? Is it coming anytime soon? Is it an RC that they're working on? Did they ship this out to influencers for testing and somebody posts some pictures and then somebody stole the pictures and then tried to sell them? These are all questions I had. Wanted to figure out if this is true. This is me basically blowing up the photos, trying to look at the screw heads, trying to look at every aspect of this RC to see if it's fake. Did somebody build it? And to me, it looked 100% real. So I picked up the phone and called Traxxas. And this is what they told me. So called Traxxas, asked to speak their media department, see if I can get some answers. And what I was told immediately is, appreciate you calling, telling us about these leaked photos, but we have it under control. And I was like, well, what does that mean? What do you mean you have it under control? Was this RC stolen? My first question was, is this RC real? Can you confirm, or are you guys going to deny it? I was told 100% this RC is real. And this RC will be coming to market. So the MAXX-6S is 100% real. This RC will be coming soon. The other question I had, well, did this get shipped to the wrong address? Did it get stolen? And then somebody tried to sell it not knowing that it's an RC that's not out there. Because why would somebody list this thing for sale? They couldn't answer that for me. Their answer was, they have it under control. But they appreciate me calling and asking the question. And I said, okay, well, that's good to know. That's good to know, because in blowing this thing up like I am right here, I was looking to see if somebody took a regular slash body, slapped it on an RC, any of that stuff. And as you see, it says MAXX-SLASH right in the back. So at that point, I knew it wasn't really a copy. But anyways, this RC is 100% confirmed. I spoke to Traxxas about it. I can say with confidence that this RC is coming. It's a cool RC. It's going to be fun once we get our hands on it. Once we can find out, is it a good RC? I have some opinions on that. Here is me looking at all the screws, as you see, all the screw hose, the chassis, everything brand new. None of the screws have been wrenched on. It's not an old RC. It's not photoshopped. It's literally a real RC, and Traxxas has confirmed it. Another thing I was looking at is this wheel. Look how small that wheel nut is. Some people said, well, this is Traxxas' answer for the Mojave. I just don't see that. No 17 millimeter hexes here. Also plastic axles. But it is confirmed. Now let's get on to today's video. Alright, so today I'm going to go ahead and install the roof protector on my standard X-Maxx. One's about 2.5, 3 months old. All stock except for the Maximus tires, J Concepts. We ripped the factory tires, but it's got the light kit on it, and I want to make this body last as long as possible. And I've talked about my ultimates, how factory they don't come with roof sliders. I don't think any of them, because of the box that they're shipped in, none of them are shipped with any roof sliders, which makes the Ultimates bodies really, and I say Ultimates because I have two of them, one a wide kit, one a standard. It makes that body kind of rare. So I've already replaced one of them, my blue one, with one with a roof slider. I'm waiting for the green one in the last video. But talking about this MAXX-SLASH, while I do this, and the reason I'm doing this on camera is because I did have a comment of somebody talking about you having to buy the roll cage when doing these roof sliders, and like I left a message for him, the latest version of the X-Maxxes, if you have the latest version, and he said he bought his recently, they come with the cage to where you can add the roof slider on it. So we're just going to do that now on camera while I talk about this phone conversation I had with Traxxas today. And I've been kind of doing research on it because for one, I'm curious. Another, I heard somebody say that is it replacing the UDR, which I just don't see that. As you see from the close-up footage in this video, the body of the Slash I'm just not a fan of. That's why all my Slashes, I put the Volkswagen body, the Proline aftermarket body on it, because I'm just not a big fan of the Slash. And that's another reason I don't think it's any kind of competition for the Mojave whatsoever. At least the Mojave's got somewhat of an interior in that, and windows that are cut out so that you can see the heads of the guys with the helmets on. So I just don't think that it's in any competition. I do think it's something that that Traxxas has needed to really up their 6S line, like the Sledge. The Sledge is, you know, definitely, if you saw my last video, a lot of people like the Sledge, me included. I'm a fan of the Sledge. All I'm doing is taking a pick and poking holes through the bottom, so it's an easy way for me to mark the roof, to put these holes in the roof so I can add the roof slider just easily, to where I don't hopefully have to take out this cage. Yeah, I don't think it's any competition for the Mojave 6S line, because the Mojave is really a pretty decent RC. It's, you know, one of my favorites anyway. So I think, but this MAXX-SLASH, I think it's something that I think is going to be pretty cool. Hopefully they make an oversized bug body for it, because that would just be awesome if I can get that bug body. Like I have my regular Slash. So it tells you where to take your tool, which is your body hole reamer. 2mm hex wrench, tapered. Let's see, tools required, taper body reamer, 2mm. So it looks like it's marked at like the 8mm diameter, which I don't even know if my body reamer numbers are showing through anymore. But we're gonna wing it. So the hole has to be big enough for these to fit down into the cage, and that's what we're going to do. And they do provide the screws. So now that all four are marked out perfectly, and they're literally in the right spot, which is on this body crease. I think it's a part of what Traxxas needed to do. I'm definitely gonna have to loosen up this cage. Traxxas definitely needed to add to their 6S line, and I don't think that they're getting rid of the UDR and replacing it with the Slash. I wish it would have been a completely new RC, kind of like the Sledge, but playing off the Slash history is kind of cool, I guess you could say, in a way. I don't know how popular it would be. But in talking to Traxxas, they were very open, not trying to hide that that it is an RC that's going to come out. MAXX-SLASH. That should be enough. I think that was pretty cool. Anybody, you ever have questions or doubts, it's best just to call the company. I've never, I gave them my name, my zip. They had all the information of who I was. So they're not worried about me whatsoever talking about this. And then I spoke to RC Guy Garage on this as well, because I do talk to him quite a bit. Like I said, I've always bounced ideas off him. RC Guy Garage was, brought up a good point that are they really leaked photos? Because, my first initial thought is, maybe the UPS driver. We're having so much fraud everywhere. Maybe it's the UPS driver that stole the package and maybe tried to sell it, or something of that nature. And the only reason I say that is because of the photos that were leaked. Looking into the garage, and I found all the photos on Reddit. Looking into the garage, it doesn't appear that that's an RC guy whatsoever. So I don't think it was some influencer that leaked the photos. And then RC Guy Garage brought up, well, maybe it's the manufacturer themselves leaking photos. And I was like, well, I mean, because any way you can get the public talking about it is going to benefit the manufacturer, good or bad. But like I said, it just didn't look like it was any kind of like RC place or any kind of photo that anybody would leak. The house looked pretty run down. In my opinion. And it didn't appear like there was any RCs in that garage. It looked like somebody that, and who would go try to sell an RC that's not even out yet, especially if you're in the RC community. So, but you can't put anything past anybody, especially a company trying to maybe get publicity or get people talking about it. There we go. He brought up a good point that maybe it was leaked on purpose, but I figure I'd get your thoughts. Do you guys think those photos were leaked on purpose? I mean, you see the photos. I don't think so, but to me it looks like, and the way it sounded talking to Traxxas, like Traxxas is on top of it because maybe it's a package that was stolen, or went to the wrong place. And somebody was trying to profit off of it, thinking, oh, you know, it's an expensive RC, you know, but he can only find a Slash or a Max. I don't know. You got to be crazy to, especially in the RC community, trying to sell an RC that's not even on market right now, especially if it was sent to you for review. I don't think that's the case. In talking to them, it really sounds like possibly that was maybe a stolen RC. Maybe the UPS, FedEx, however it was shipped, maybe it just never made it to its destination. But comment your thoughts. How do you think those photos got online, and how do you think it got on Facebook Marketplace or eBay for sale? And does anybody know what they were selling it for? Because those were taken down right away, and from my understanding, Traxxas got to them pretty darn quick. And do you think Traxxas got that RC back? If it was stolen? I don't know. A lot of questions I have. More questions than answers. But the biggest answer I have is 100% the MAXX-SLASH is a real RC. It's not photoshopped, which I didn't think it was in looking at those photos. But what are your thoughts about the RC? You see the photos I found on it. Is that something you guys will be purchasing? I did hear somebody say that that they think the RC is going to be around $7.99. I don't see that. Not at all. Not for a 6S rig that got a basic body on it. But you can't put anything past these manufacturers right now. I just can't see them selling it for that much. I really think it's going to be around the $600 mark in some way, whether it's $630, $599, $550, maybe $620. I mean, you know, in my opinion, that's a $550 RC, somewhere around there, especially with that body. And there's no way, looking at the Fire Team or the Big Rock that Arma just released, the Big Rock body is, oof, that's a nice body, and it's on a Mojave chassis. So they're at 17 millimeter hexes. Just everything about the new Big Rock from Arma spanks the way the MAXX-SLASH looks, in my opinion. It's got the light buckets on it. Just everything with that body is so much better. And I felt the Big Rock was a little overpriced. So it's reasonable now, I believe. I believe they lowered the price on the Big Rock and the Fire Team. But I think around that $600, $630 range, I think that's where the 6S line should be. I don't think it's going to be as much as a Sledge, but you never know. You never know with Traxxas until it comes out. But as you see, I got my camera mount glued right in the center, and I did that because I knew I was going to be putting a roof slider on it. Fits nice and flush, looks really good. But comment down below how many people are excited for this Slash, this new 6S/Slash. I think it's pretty cool that you know, they have the 3S/Slash, they have the Max on the 4S line. Now they'll have the Sledge and the MAXX-SLASH. It would have been cool if they designed a cooler body that, you know, I mean, if it had like a roll cage showing clear windows or cutout windows with guys inside, I could say maybe it's competing against the UDR, and maybe they're getting rid of the UDR because it's not selling. But the UDR, the quality's way up there compared to that MAXX-SLASH in those photos. That body just looks like nothing special. There's a lot of cool things on the chassis that I see, but drive axles are plastic. It's got the small hexes on it. I just don't see that thing being a $700 RC. $699. I think somebody said $799. But even at 700 bucks, it's too much for that MAXX-SLASH, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see what they drop the price at. I am excited. I'm hoping that it's, you know, in my price range, that I'll buy one so that I can review it. My plans are to review it. But we'll see. We'll see when it comes out, if it's worth it. But comment down below. How many people are excited? Do you think it was stolen? Do you think it was delivered to the wrong place? How did it end up for sale? And how did these photos end up leaked? Was it just because somebody saw it for sale and then started posting it everywhere? I mean, it's on Reddit right now, everywhere. Or do you think the manufacturer leaked the photos on purpose? Or do you think it's an influencer? Took photos, sent them to their buddy. Did somebody intercept those photos? Put it on like a Facebook marketplace or eBay for sale, even though they didn't have it, they just had photos of it? And they were trying to scam somebody? Maybe it was a scam ad? Who knows? How did those photos get out there, in your opinion? I'm kind of curious. Comment down below. But that's going to end this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. We got our roof slider on, this one. I want to get these tires out, finish testing them, and maybe even put these tires on the Ultimate, on the wide X-Maxx Ultimate, see if they perform better on the wide kit. But I love it on this RC. This RC has just been bulletproof since I bought it. So I'm going to get it cleaned up. We're going to get it out. It is raining today. Figured I'd put the roof slider on and talk about this new RC coming through Traxxas. Confirmed, because I did call them. So I can 100% say that that RC is coming soon. There we go. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.
Oh, what did you hit?